So last night I was kind of got a little green screen funk going on here. I just thought, go pull up like Google Earth, Google Maps, set on satellite view, all that stuff. Just like look around areas in New Mexico you don't even really go to. You never really would ever need to go to these places. Just look around the area, and I'm looking, I'm seeing, man, looks like the whole top of the mountain. I'm looking straight down satellite view. It's like a face, almost like a head with some kind of garb thing on their head. Like I'm like, what am I looking at over here? And I thought it was interesting. And the only way you could see this is if you were flying above in some kind of vehicle. Flying vehicle quite high above, not just a little bit above. Because just for instance, this particular one that I'm going to show you in a second is about a mile long. 1.5 miles long. So you need to be up in the air a good ways to look down and see the whole thing. But anyways, I'll just kind of talk to you for a minute, then I'll show you. Like, just look around, and then you know what? Go back to the mountain and just look in areas that are like hard to get to. In other words, in about 2 weeks, I'm going on my check ride with the guy. He's not from the FAA. These are just people who are designees, who are authorized to do a check ride and approve someone to get their license. They're called DPE, Designated Pilot Examiner, I think. But anyways, I talked to the guy, went over to his house twice. This last time, we are kind of going over everything. He goes, man, I think you're ready. I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to mess up the oral. He goes, well, I mean, I've already asked you a bunch of questions here. He's like, I think you're ready. As long as you can do the maneuvers, you should be ready. So I said, all right, he'll be back around the first couple days of June. And he's like, after that, just, schedule it. So my instructor, the CFI, Certified Flight Instructor, he's coming down this week, here shortly. And I just need a few hours, basically, of his time. Fly me, sign this one last thing off where I get an endorsement that essentially states you're ready to do the exam, the check ride. And you have to do a flight with them for at least 3 hours within the preceding 60 days of the scheduled exam, whatever, or something like that. So anyways, getting to knock that out. Then the guy comes back next week after that. Boom, I thinking I'm ready. So my mind is like, okay, go back to your Google Earth stuff. You now don't have to wonder, well, can an ATV get up to that place? Am I gonna have to hike to that place? I would need to camp to stay up there. Like, you now have a helicopter that you can legally fly with passengers too after I get my license. You might want to start looking around at some places that you could just fly to, land, and then go explore. And I thought, yeah, I think I will do that. So I did, and I found a couple of places where it looked like old rock structure type of a thing, as in a building, rectangle or squarish, and it just looked like it was made of rocks, just even from the satellite view. I thought, man, this could be an old Spanish mission from 300-400 years ago that was destroyed by the Indians after 1680 when they revolted, or whenever. Or for honesty, it could be someone from the 1800s or even early 1900s who was out here mining or doing something, God knows what. I just don't know. But again, I can see it, and I'm going, man, just to fly it over there, it would be easy to get there. So I'm scanning all kinds of stuff. Then I see this one image. And it just kind of stands out to me. And I'm going to show it to you. And if you go from on Google Earth, there's all the previous satellite views that they've taken. So you can go back to 1996 and 2004, 2009, 2013, 2019, depending on if that satellite, because you might go to another part of the state or nearby, and it's like, oh, there's no 2019 at all for that area, or newer or whatever. So it's interesting that as you even go up in the years, like from 2004, it looks pretty good. Then you go up a year or two and it looks terrible. Then you go up another year, it looks okay again. Then it looks even better. Then it's okay. It's like, it should just steadily be looking way better each year. I mean, new technology, right? So having said that, because I'm going to just tell you, I had a dream last night I had about a few dreams actually. One of them, my old, so there's the CEO boss, there's the vice president boss, and then operations management boss. Kind of in that order was the top people at the company that I used to work for. And she emails me in the dream, is it still possible if someone invests in this crypto stuff to get all, to ultimately have their debt paid off, And I reply, and again, this is dream. I go, yeah. Matter of fact, it's a pretty good time right now. The market just got nailed. But by the way, I think we're going down another 40-50%. And if I'm you, you just deal with Coinbase only. I'm going for XLM, Matic, and Shiba, and that's just what I said to her in the email. And that was it. And I thought, interesting. I woke up. I go, I think I need to email her. If that happened in a dream, I need to just tell her that. Just send her an email. I haven't talked to her in quite a while. So another dream, I'm visited by 3 extraterrestrials. And that's where I'm going to now start showing you this picture for a second. Okay? So, if you look at this area right here, it kind of looks like a face, profile, I guess, or side view. Looking to the right, there's some kind of, I don't know if this is what this would be, because again, I see stuff like this, I'm thinking either Indian or human or whatever. But then there's this giant, whatever this is. Now, FYI, you're looking at the top down view, just perfectly straight up and down. And this is not really a mountainous area here, but it is a hilly area. And I've never been to it. There is clearly a road here, but that's all I know. And I know that this from here to here is about 1.6 miles from top to bottom. So I'm looking at this and I go, well, that looks like a pair of lips, nose, eyes, forehead, eyes up here, forehead, and then whatever this thing is that wraps into their ear. And I just thought, it could be some kind of garment thing, old. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, how could something like that be designed without being above the ground to see your work? Right? How could Indians do that? Let's say this is thousands of years old, just for example. And assume that I'm telling you this is a face, because I'm going to tell you my dream in a second. And that's what I'm telling you. Assume this is a face of a being of some type. They would need to be able to see that from a pretty far distance up in the sky. Right? Now, you could really zoom out and see that from pretty far into this Google Earth view. So it'd be real easy to spot coming in, right? And I thought maybe that, again, we're talking ancient times. Who knows what technology was around to whoever was doing this or was here if they did this. I'm just speculating 100%. And there's another one nearby this. I think it's up in this direction, top left. That also reminded me of like an Indian man's face. But I'm going to focus on this one for now. So and let's just go forward real quick. So that's 2004, 2005, and all of a sudden, just drastically different. And you can tell, oh, this must be some kind of peak, just from the looks of it, like a top of a mountain or something. But again, it's not like a mountain there. So that's 05. 09 is that. 09 also is that, a little bit later in the year. That's 2011, which is just awful. Like, what is that? What happened? 2013. Oh, here we go. Not too bad. So it's just, I don't know, maybe it's a different time of day, different type of season, because this is December of 2013, whereas, let's just say the previous one was that August? Summertime, but still, it's just a few months later, but different year, 2 years later. So again, maybe it's just a newer satellite, camera or whatever. And you can see the little ear thing, mouth, nose, eyes, forehead, like you can still see it. It's got this big giant garment thing, that's what I thought. Maybe it's like an Indian thing, some of them, like the chiefs and stuff have the big feathers and all that. But I'm going, if anything, it looks more Egyptian or just something else, not Indian, just something about it. It's not Indian. And even if you look right here around my mouse, circling, it's almost like whatever he's wearing on his head. Is it an animal skin? Does it have a face, 2 eyes right here, 1 eye, 2 eye, 1 eye, 2 eye, nose, and then the little mouth right here. You know what I mean? Like, you could just kind of see stuff like this. So that's 2013, and then there's 2019. We jump to 2019, and it's kind of the same, just a brighter, more tan view. But again, it's also December 12, 2019. So we go from 2013 there to 2019 here, and again, you can still see these features. But again, you have to imagine this isn't just a couple thousand years old. Like, if what I'm thinking this might be, this could be thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years old when this was done. By some race, by some, I don't know. So just picture this face looking to the right. And that's what I saw last night in one of my dreams. And there was 3 of them. They all literally looked like that face. That was them. And they physically had some type of feature on their face. So let me go back to the screen. With this earpiece thing, whatever this is that loops around like this, like a little sharp, you see that little sharp reverse J or whatever you want to call it, a little J right here? Right there. You can kind of zoom into that. So this thing. All the way up to their head. Like, these beings had that in my dream. There's 3 of them. I've never had a dream like this where beings look like that or anything like that. But this thing caught my eye yesterday. When I went to bed last night, my thing was, Spirit, let me know about this damn monkeypox thing or whatever the hell's coming next. Do I need to take my daughter out of work and just pay her to stay home, basically? What's the deal? My other daughter wants a job. Do I even need to stop that? Please let me know. Show me something I need to know about this. If this is going to be a problem, I don't want, my kids catching some kind of crap, being around a lot of people this time around or whatever. So they didn't give me anything about that. If they did, I totally forgot it. But I'm going, I thought I remembered all my dreams last night. So I'm going, no, I don't remember anything about, like, get your kids out of there or nothing. So I'm going, okay, maybe it's not going to be an issue here, where we are. But then I have this dream where these 3 beings, with that thing on the side of their face, and it might have been both sides of their face. I just can't really remember, how they were standing, which ones I saw. There's 3 of them. Were they all facing, kind of looking at me like this, so I can only see the right side? I don't remember. I felt like the one on the far right, like if I'm looking out to the right, that one, I saw the left face. The center one was the one communicating with me the most, and then the one on my left, I think I saw the right side of their face. I think they were all male. I wasn't sure for sure, but they all had that feature thing, and I go, oh my god, what are they? They're very humanoid in this dream. 2 arms, 2 legs, mouth, eyes, just like us, but different. And they had that thing, and I go, it's part of their face. Like, it's not just a fashion piece. It's part of their being. Like, maybe it's their ear system, whatever. And one of them, they were talking to me, but it was like one in particular, the one in the middle, was like the one that I don't want to say I always want to say the one in charge, but it's like I don't feel like there was an in charge kind of a thing. It was just like, that's the one that's outspoken the most. That's the one that was talking to me the most. It just, whatever. But I also sensed it was trying to manipulate me. Not in a way that was like dangerous to me or threatening to me. It was just like, if you happen to know somebody in your life, oh my god, so-and-so is so freaking manipulative. Every time I see them, they're always trying to get me to, this is just a personality some people have, right? So to me, like, I didn't gather that all of them are like that, but almost like, yeah, they kind of are to an extent. But this particular one in the middle, boy, was he really pushing on that, manipulative envelope, so to speak, like more than I guess the other ones might. And he'd say, well, what, manipulate you like how? And I'm thinking, it was so fast in the dream, I never went with him, but it was like he was trying to, come with us, or like, it'll be okay, or whatever it was. It was like, I just got this feeling like, no thanks, but no thanks, oh no, it'll be fine, I was trying to, no, just come on, whatever it was, like, and I'm saying come on, but I don't know if he was telling me to come on. It was just something. And the other two were just kind of standing there, like, letting him do his thing. Like, he's the one that's, again, in charge, but just not the right word. And I got like, when I'm in my dream state a lot of times, I now know things almost like a sixth sense, if you will. Where, well, how do I know that? How do you know that, whatever. Oh, well, because it was part of the dream. This is information I knew. Well, how'd you know it? You didn't see it. No one said it to you. Yeah, that's a good point. But I just effing know it. It's part of the dream. It's part of the knowledge that comes to me. I just know it. It was given to me somehow without giving it to me. I've had this happen a few times in my dream state, so it's not uncommon for me. This was another one where this thing is trying to manipulate. I say thing, it was a being. Trying to manipulate you. It's pretty obvious. You're being very cordial and nice to it. Oh, no thanks, no thanks, And it's trying to work on you a little bit. And you're like, no thanks, And it kind of guessed, like, yeah, I guess it's not going to work with this guy. Or like, yeah, okay, But again, it wasn't like, okay, well, now that we can't work on him, let's just use our super and whatever and make him come with us or force him to do. It wasn't like that. Trying to coerce me into do something. I don't remember what. We were trying to go, you want to show me something? Did you want me to come right over here with you for a second? I just don't remember. So it's interesting. I didn't feel hostility. I didn't feel like my life was in danger. Going to attack me. Nope. Just, boy, that one in the middle. They all manipulate, but boy, that was like next level from what the other ones do. That kind of a thing. And that's just the best I can describe it to you. And I'm probably still not telling you the best way, but that thing, and I'll put it back up, that picture, that is what I saw in my dream. And you're thinking, normally you'd say, well, geez, Joe, you saw it earlier in the day. Of course you dreamt about it later in the day, And I'm like, well, not really. That's not usually, that's not me. I think about a lot of shit during the day. I think about treasure hunting, all kind of stuff, at least once a day. And I don't have treasure hunting dreams every day. Like, oh, I thought about today, I'll have a dream. Or something new I thought about, I have a dream. It doesn't work that way. I didn't ask for this. I was just asking, Spirit, tell me everything I need about this monkeypox or whatever the hell the next stupid thing is they're doing. Do I need to get my kids, my one daughter in particular, because she already has a job, do I need to just have her get out of there, quit? And I know you need money, honey, so I'm going to pay you for the meantime, and you could just do work around the house or, clean the house or something, I don't know, something. And they did not show me that. And they gave me no dream whatsoever related to me getting any kind of understanding of, oh yeah, you need to get her out of there. Or even, no, she's fine, leave her be. So I don't get a dream at all. If I don't get a dream at all about it, that's usually what I'm asking of them. Like, don't even give me a dream about it, because I don't want to be confused. So I don't get a dream about it. I may get another dream because they want to show me something else, and I recognize right away this is a million times different than what I was asking about. Like, I was asking about cryptos last night, guys, and here's what they showed me. Another blackout in Las Vegas. Oh, which I did get 2 days ago. Blackout Las Vegas is what I got. I felt like I was in Vegas. Traffic lights were down. It was just like dark, and I felt like some of the hotels and stuff or whatever was down there maybe had generators running for a little bit, but I got the sense it ain't going to last long. You better go find your family, find your wife and kids, get the F out of here, because the lights are going to go out. And that was my sense in the dream. This was 2 days ago. How many dreams have I had in this year alone about blackout, EMP, stuff like that? You're going to need a generator. And then, again, I'm not asking for this. Should I pull my kid out of work, take him to Las Vegas, show him a blackout? Now, granted, if I had a blackout here, my kid could she's driving now. The twins have their license now. She could get in her car and come home. What's the big deal? No big deal. I don't have to go rescue anybody. The lights went out. Your car has gas, right? Go bring it home. We're not far. So, again, not related. So I just thought, little doom break for a second of everything that's going on. Politics, food shortages, oh my God, the World Economic Forum, World Health Organization, they're going to take our rights. Little break. A little break, as Penny Kelly calls it, a break in the clouds. A little break in the clouds. Let's talk about some ET stuff. And just FYI, the crypto viewing guys, Dick Algier, Ed Reardon, Naeem, is that his name? Naeem and Daz. I haven't even finished watching it yet, but I'm about halfway through it. They did a remote viewing on Skinwalker Ranch, which of course they had no idea what they were remote viewing at first. And there's like a UFO, highly advanced technology, like it can make its own gravity and this and that, like it can focus anywhere and like go there, and it was really cool to listen to so far. And I'm like, oh my god, that's absolutely Skinwalker Ranch. And that Blind Fog Ranch is only, I think, 12 or 15 miles away. The other one that my buddy's involved in. So, anyway, so I just wanted to just kind of have a little break in the clouds, even though I'm like, well, I still got to tell them about the Las Vegas blackout. Again, information, knowledge is power, right? Use the information to gain the power. And the power, no pun intended, power outage, is, well, what do I do? What would I do if the power went out? And if it was out for days? Oh, yeah, my freezer would quit working, my refrigerator would quit working, AC's not going to work, but food's the most important thing. All the frozen stuff would be bad. On top of a time when food shortages are starting to become an issue. How would you prepare for that? What should you do? Oh, I could buy tuna fish. Oh, I could buy soup cans, canned goods. Oh yeah. I don't need to be refrigerated. Yeah, good idea, Joe. Thanks for reminding me, J-Snip. So that's why I'm telling you this stuff. I'm giving you a doom break, yet there's a piece of doom in there for you. That's because there's always a little doom everywhere, right? So I gotta sprinkle it with doom. The Candyman can. So on that note, take it easy.